You got a book coming.
Got a book coming.
So you're going to be a novelist as well now.
It's called Rapthology. It's an insight to a creative mind.
Yeah! It's your boy Charlie Sloth, Beats One, Apple Music. And right now, I'm joined by one of the greatest rappers on the planet. Not the UK, not Europe. The planet, my guy. Make some noise for Wretch 32! Yeah!
What's good?
How are you, bro?
I'm good, man.
Back in cycle.
Back in cycle. We're sounding nice and clean up here, you know.
It's them expensive Apple mics,
expensive.
bro. You see, everything's proper.
This is type of mic that just blocks out your swearing for you, innit? It's telepathic. It knows you're gonna say something wrong. Censor. Edit.
So, bro, the brand new album.
Yeah.
Upon reflection.
Yeah.
Mud. You know what? Anytime I see new records drop from you,
Yeah.
I get excited because I know an album's coming. Like you don't just drop for the sake of dropping.
No.
So when I hear a new record from Wretch, I know, all right, an album is imminent. It's coming. So the brand new album. What can you tell me about the album, Wretch?
I think I traveled to a new dimension, man. I think at this point for me, it's always about showing growth, showing progression, sounding better. How can I sound different? How can I be forward thinking? What can the music do that's different? Because you've had, this is the 5th album, so you've had enough time to get used to me and get bored of me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I've always kind of got to keep everything fresh. So with this one, it's just, I try to go deeper lyrically, sonically. We try to change things. We try to, we just meshed everything together well, man. And I think we sold it together nice, man.
Nah, the joint with Gigs 1010, bro.
Yeah.
One of my favorite records so far this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Everything about it. The production, the bars, it's like, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
It feels like you both brought a different element to your game to come together on that record.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I knew I had to shout Gigs, man. I knew. Because I literally started recording that tune by myself, working on it with the producer, P2J. So I've got my vibe, I've got the chorus. I've come up with so much different verses on that song. And I was like, do you know what? The song being me by myself, it just doesn't feel right. Like I feel like we need a new magical element. And where the song's fast, and me and Hollow just done Guap Expensive, I'm like, do you know what? I can hear him on this tune, especially at this speed as well, because I think it will shock people. Like, wow, you lot normally do some slower type raps. So I thought, let's speed it up a bit. And let's try this. And when I reached out to him, he's like, yeah, this is a banger. You know how he talks. This is a banger. So then I had to track him down. He's a busy guy. We're all busy. So track him down, went to his studio and he laced it, man.
Big record, bro.
Yeah, come out nice, man.
Mad. So anytime I listen to one of your records, bro, I can always tell the amount of attention to detail that goes into your bars. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can see that you've thought about, you've been real far with the pen game. What is your process? Because I speak to a lot of artists these days, yeah? It's like, just go in the studio, put the mic on, out, done.
Yeah, well, you can hear. No, I'm joking. No, do you know what? For me, yeah, it's like literally from I wake up and I know I'm going studio, it's like in my mind, I'm thinking about different things. Even on the way to the studio, I listen to a different radio station. I want to take in as much different information as I can. When I get there, it's always a conversation with whoever's in the room. How you feeling today? What you been on? What was your day like? What was your evening like? Because sometimes you just source different information, different energy from different conversations. So it's very, like, I'm very much in my head and everything is deliberate. Like every conversation I'm sparking, like if I know someone's going through a domestic, I might ask them about it, knowing someone else is in the room and that might spark a conversation that brings something else. Anyway, long story short, then when the music starts, I'm just kind of, in my head, I kind of work out the journey of the record and then it's just about bringing it to life. But I won't write nothing down. I just kind of walk around, kind of map out the song, and then I just start writing.
So you do write, like when you're going to your verses, you actually do pen it down.
No, I don't write it down. I write it in my head.
Oh wow.
So I just walk around the room. I'll be like, all right, cool, first verse, and we got it. Then we put it down.
Wait, you're doing whole verses from your head, not like 4 bars or 2 bars.
Nah, it depends though. It depends because if it's like something like 10-10 where it's like mad fast, I might do like 8. Then another 8. But like my normal tempo, like I'll do the whole verse. And then just, yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah.
Now, normally, when there's a Wretch album dropping, it means there's a Fire in the Booth dropping. It goes hand in hand.
Hand in hand, and
like,
it's a marriage.
It's a marriage. Like you are like one of the kings of Fire in the Booth, without a shadow of a doubt. Like you recently done Fire in the Park, come and perform the legendary Fire in the Booth with Avellino.
I just want to like that's a round of applause, man. Can we get a round of applause for that?
Yeah, I'm a clap as well.
Festival was sensational, man. It was
Thank
exquisite.
You, bro.
Well done.
But watching you come out and perform that, that was a magical moment. Like watching, like pretty much the whole crowd recite the Fire in the Booth word for word shows how powerful that Fire in the Booth is. And every time you do a Fire in the Booth, it's mad powerful. So the question is, what's going on with part 6?
Well, as soon as I hear that instrumental, I'm coming back.
Okay.
And you know when we come back, we come proper, man.
Now, with being one of the legends of Fire in the Booth, what 3 tips would you give to up-and-coming aspiring artists that, you know, aspire to do a Fire in the Booth? What 3 tips would you give them? What 3 pieces of advice would you give the artists?
I think the first one I'd say, take it serious. Because it can really make you. And I know like some people might think, I'm in a position and nothing can make me bigger. Or some people might be like, I'm in a position where I need to be bigger and it might not be the thing for me. But do you know what? Like, take it serious, man, because a lot of people zone into it, and that's a platform for you to really show what you have to say. You get what I'm saying? And another word of advice is I'll say stick to your strengths as well, because everybody's gonna go in there and display something different. And what I like watching like JK's one. When he went in and his brethren passed away.
Raw
like,
passion.
Yeah, it was just raw. Like you can't fake that, you can't force it. It has to be genuine. He wrote a lyric about his bro passing away. He's come in and he's just displayed it. So that's still my favorite Fire in the Booth.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that one's still my favorite, yeah.
Well, what would be the 3rd tip, final tip?
3rd tip, just make sure you know your lyric inside out, man. Like just try and know it inside out, man, so you can really perform it. Because sometimes, as much as people are connecting with the words, they're connecting with the performance.
Yep.
And if like you ain't got it 100%, you might lose. Do you get what I'm saying? You might lose because the feeling's missing. The feeling always has to be there. So try and know it as well as you can, man.
Great tips, bro. Mad. Now let's go back to the album.
Yeah.
Upon Reflection. Walk me through the title.
I'm in my most reflective zone right now. And I thought, you know what, after 3-2, I was like, where am I gonna go? What am I gonna call it? 5th album. I'm like, do you know what? At this point, I feel like I'm looking so far forward, it's reminding me of my past. So it's a very reflective time for me. So I was like, Upon Reflection just sounds perfect and it fits and it just gives me a good narrative to stick to as well. Because whenever I make an album, I want the music and the story and the journey to match. Do you know what I mean? I want it to be a clear narration throughout the whole record. So I think in this moment in time where I'm in my most reflective stage, it was only right that was the title of the album.
How many records we got on there, Wretch?
We got 12.
What?
I got my man Juice in the building. I have to look over to him for specifics. because we had 13 at a stage, we had 11, we've had many numbers. Obviously in its entirety, the amount of records we recorded is loads, but we obviously have to trim it down. Yeah.
So who else we got on the album?
I've got myself, of course.
Obviously, I mean, it'd be a bit weird if you weren't on it, you know what I mean?
Look out for me. Well, you know that's something Kanye would do. My new album.
Nothing with me on it.
Nothing with me, all features, yeah. Now, so obviously, yeah, myself, we got Gigs, as you know, we got Avellino, always good to have Av. We got Nux on the same record as Avellino, Burna Boy, and my boy Gets as well.
Mad. Strong, my guy. Mad. Now, something else we need to talk about is the book.
Yeah.
You got a book coming.
Got a book coming,
so you're going to be a novelist as well now.
Mate, I'm
a writer.
I'm everything, mate.
That's crazy. What kind of context is the book in?
Long story short, it's called Rapthology. And
it's a great title.
It's an insight to a creative mind, and it will inspire creative writing. That's what it's all about, mixed with autobiography. So you kind of get song breakdowns, lyric breakdowns, and you get what mood or what mode I was in at the time, and what kind of helped me write them lyrics. So it's often that people come up to me, they'll see a Fire in the Booth, and they'll be like, how does your mind work? Like, how do you figure out all your lyrics? How do you get them so clever? How do you keep the story? How do you narrate it like that? And I'm like, it's a hard thing to just meet you on the street and tell you about it. So basically, I just put it all in a book. I break down the fire in the booth in the book as well.
You serious?
Yeah. All of them. Just how my mind went into writing them, and just creatively. So it's just to inspire like young writers, man, and just people that want a general insight or autobiography from me. So it's all merged into one.
How long did it take to put the book together?
Woof. About a year.
Did you write it yourself, or did you just sit there and like let someone else type it up while you said what you had to say?
Listen, in terms of typing, like everyone will tell you I'm the worst on my phone. I've still got the Nokia, the old school.
You see?
Yeah. Old school,
Mad at it, bro.
as well. Yeah, so I needed someone there, man. I needed someone there to do typing, yeah.
And you must have got like a good relationship with them, because that would have been a lot of time you're spending with them.
Yeah. Her name was Ash, man. She actually worked on Wiley's book as well.
Oh,
Esky
sick.
Boy. She's actually a genius, because it's different for someone like me. It's like you can't put words in my mouth, and I have to be at the core of it. So we had to find a way, and we just literally recorded. It's probably about 100 hours of just recorded things. But the great thing about her is she knows what to ask. Like, she asks deep questions. She understands English. She's impeccable when it comes to English as well. So even sometimes when we were breaking down terminology, she's like, when you use that and you say that, that's this, and they describe that as that, and the poet that used to use that was, and she's got she's like an encyclopedia. Like, I couldn't have done it with anybody else.
That's crazy. So I mean, like, how did it feel for you? Because you're saying it's like part autobiography as well.
Yeah.
How did it feel like talking about your life and putting it out there on a book? Because like once it's out there and it's come from your mouth, it's out there forever.
It's there.
Like your business is out there.
You're
quite a personal person.
Yeah. It kind of made me realize that, like, I always, like, just growing up, just come, like, the background man come from it. I always felt like therapy was like a joke thing. Like, it was not something that we do. But after every single session, it was like, there was a moment where we sat there and I was just like, I needed to get that off my chest. So it's so mad, like, that you don't even know what you're holding on to. So even when it's typed up and I'm reading it back, and I'm like, whoa. And I'm like, nah, we might need to lose that paragraph there, man. And she's like, no. She's like, no, because when you said that, the way, like, the expression on your face, the tone of your voice, like, they need to know that that's how you felt about that. And I'm just like, wrestling. And I'm like, all right, cool. So there's a lot in there, man. There's a lot in there.
I can't wait to read it, bro. I can't wait.
Thanks, man.
So when's that going to come?
That comes out November the 21st. That's another thing that I know.
So it's like you got the album dropping,
then
you got the book dropping,
then
you're going to go on tour. It's busy for you, my guy.
Well, we got to, man. We got to. We're OGs, man. We always got to set the trend, man, and we got to move forward.
And you know what? I mean, that's something else I've got to tip my hat at when it comes to you. Like, you've been in the game for ages now, but you're still relevant, more so than you ever have been. And that's not easy to do. Do you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to maintain success.
Charlie.
Like, being successful is one thing.
Yeah.
But maintaining it, that's a whole different struggle, bro.
Charlie, you have to... When you first come into the game, you're competing with everything that's around you. And then you get to a point where you get heat and you may be the number one rapper in the country, or maybe your album's number one or your single's number one, or just at that moment in time, nothing can go wrong. A year and a half after that, it's like nothing can go right. That's when you really show your character and you show why you belong here, why you deserve to be here. And you kind of have to, I don't know, you have to be so forward thinking, because you're now fighting against yourself. Because your last fire in the booth got 1 million views in a week. So then what does your next one do? Oh, I only got 500,000. Ooh, is he falling off or whatever? You have to answer all those questions without answering them. Because then when you start answering them, you're looking like you're questioning your talent or you're questioning your position. You just have to understand that everything's going to be different. And you have to be strong-minded. And you can see who the strong-minded ones are and who are the ones that are meant to be here. Look, we've been here for so long, we've seen everything come and go.
Everything.
We've seen everything come and go. But at the same time, I always step back and I think Jay-Z's seen everything come and go. Jay-Z had to cool off while Ja Rule was the man. Jay-Z had to cool off while Nelly was the man. Jay-Z had to cool off while Jaquan was the man or Mims was the man. Do you get what I'm saying? But 10 years after that,
He's still the man.
Jay-Z's still the man overruled. You get what I'm saying? But at that moment in time, he just had to understand how he had to step. So it's just about looking like that, yeah.
Now, you've had a crazy career. Like, you've done so many great things, so many great bodies of work. And obviously, you ain't done yet. You're still growing. But up until this point, what's that one moment for you, Wretch, yeah? That when you think of, it still gives you goosebumps to this day. Like, something in your career that happened, that one moment that is just like very personal and special to you that will live with you forever. What is that one moment, bro?
Do you know what? It's a very difficult question, but I think I'd have to say the moment I was able to write a record about my kids called 6 Words. Sonically, it sounds different from everything I've done, and I'm not rapping on the record, I'm using melodics. And then it charts, and then I'm able to get a plaque off it, and then now I can put their names on the plaque because that's your plaque. So they got a plaque on their wall for a song that's for them. I think that isn't something that I expected, and that's something I'll always cherish, as they cherish it as well.
Love that, bro. Love that.
They still ask me for the money though. They're like,
serious?
On
Hey,
this
you
thing,
gonna do that? You got that for life.
On this it says you sold. So how much did you make?
Where's my real? He's
I'm like,
done.
listen, man, we're good, man. All those Christmas presents.
So the album is out there right now. Upon reflection, go support that. It's a big album. Everyone needs to take that in and digest it. Buy it, stream it, all that good stuff. Are you gonna do physicals?
Yeah, we're gonna do physicals.
Yeah. It's rare these days, you know.
I know I've got some signed and that, but wait, you know what I mean?
I need a signed one.
I'm gonna send you that.
I appreciate
personally.
that. I'm gonna put it in my room.
Don't listen. Don't you dare buy that.
Yeah.
Don't you dare.
I'm gonna buy it, but I'm gonna buy it. Of course I'm gonna buy it.
Oh,
I'm gonna go and buy 10.
A 10?
Of course I am.
All right.
100%.
I'm gonna be with you anyway. So.
But I just want a signed copy just so I can put it on my wall.
Nah, that's cool.
In my studio at home.
I got you.
All right, bro, it's always great to see you, man.
Always a pleasure, brother.
Good luck with the album. Good luck with the book.
Thank you.
And I'll be texting you once a week for this Find the Booth.
Oh yeah, make sure.
Come
and congratulations, bro.
Thank you, my guy. Wretch Free Tour!